Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you my Begonia Maculata and how I propagate so I can share with my friends. So this is my Begonia Maculata, and this bad boy is stunning. Not just because of the silvery polka dotted leaves in the front, but the back. It's also red. It's like red burgundy color. I don't know. It's pretty unique in my opinion, and that's what drew me in. This plant definitely needs to be trimmed back a little bit just because it's getting kind of leggy in some areas, and other areas it's a little bit too bushy for my liking. So if you want to see how I prop and chop, keep watching. Okay, so I have already taken a few cuttings from the mother plant. I took this cutting because it's just growing in the wrong way. Like the leaves are pointing upwards when it should actually be pointing downwards. So I didn't want to throw it out. So let's just put in some water and see what happens. This one, I had taken a cutting because the internodal spacing is a lot longer. And I think that's just because this particular branch was receiving less light. So let's hope that it starts to get bushy once it establishes itself. Now, the way that I like to propagate my begonias is I do prefer to put it in water first. That way it develops water root. Once it develops enough water root, then I'll transfer it over to Leica. So this one has been sitting in Leica for almost 3-4 weeks now. It started to unfurl. Can't really complain or say too much about it, but I am curious to see what the roots look like. I'm sure the owner of this new plant is going to be curious as well. Oh yeah, check this out. So it definitely started to give me a lot more roots. I'm pretty happy with this actually. I also want to make note that begonias have like the most fine root system ever. Like it freaks me out. I'm always scared that like I'm going to break it or just rip it apart just because it's so fragile looking, but this is doing really good. I'm happy with that. This cutting has been with me since I think in the summer, and it's only given me like 2 perfect leaves. Not that I'm complaining. Well, I am complaining. I'm complaining that it's taking forever to push off leaves, and I think it's because of the container that it was in. This was in a terracotta pot, I believe, and I don't know, I think it was just too dry. So the roots are great. Like they look kind of tattered right now, but I did give it a rinse. The roots are good, but I mean, I think it could be better. So I'm actually gonna repot this into lechuza ponds. Reason for that is because ponds allows me to put the plant directly into it despite it having soil, whereas if I were to put it in Leica, it would definitely rot off because you need to like really clean the roots so that it doesn't have any soil on it if you're putting in Leica, because that will make it rot. So let's just go ahead and pot this bad boy up. So I am going to fill this up with water 1/3 of the way up. I'm going to treat this like the way that I treat my plants that are already in Leica, and that is to ensure that there is enough water in the container to keep it moist, but not so much that it's going to create root rot. One thing that I would like to mention is that when my cuttings are sitting in water, I don't particularly put any nutrients or anything special in it, just because I feel like it doesn't have any roots to make use of the nutrients. So that's the reason why I don't bother putting any Super Thrive or extra nutrients or fertilizer in there. With ponds, actually, you don't need to add any extra fertilizer, just because I do believe it has some already in it, which is nice. However, I think I'm still going to give it a little bit of Super Thrive once it starts to have a more established root system. Now, this plant will be residing in my IKEA cabinet, and the reason for that is because I find that the crispy edges that you see here are from lack of humidity. When I first got the plant was pretty tattered, and I was like, I don't know why this is happening, and I think it was just because it was too close to the AC. So I moved it further away and gave it more light, and it seemed to be much happier. The cuttings that I have already taken that are already in Leica, that one actually resides in my cabinet, and I haven't seen any crispy edges. So I guess the way to prevent brown edges and crispy edges is to just give it more humidity. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys learned something new. Definitely give it a try. If you were successful, please tag me, let me know, show me. I want to see it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.